Welcome back. Today we will be continuing our data file handling with some more interesting topics in that. In the previous sessions, we have seen various methods to open, close, and then various modes of operating and all the operations on the text files. Okay, so let us proceed. Okay, let me show you how to work with these commands. First of all, which module is this? OS module, right? So we have to import that module using import OS. Now you can make use of the functions available in this module. So what are the methods? See, if you want to see the current working directory, just now we discussed now which method we should use. Get current working directory. Okay, so it will display the entire path of till whatever the current working directory, current folder where you are doing all this. Okay, so till that it will display. Now if you want to make one directory, so which command to be used? Make dir. And here if you are not specified any name, what will happen? You will get an error, isn't it? So which directory you are preparing, isn't it? So now let's see, you can see now. So we have to mention one parameter at least, that is which directory you want to make. Okay, suppose if I am creating a folder Kiran KK within this Python 3732, right? So now what happened? Cannot create file when the file already exists. Okay, so that means already. See, now let us change to the directory. So how can I change? CHDIR, isn't it? So Kiran KK. So now let's see. Now what happened? It is changed, but nothing has been displayed, right? So now how do we get whether it is changed or not? Now if you see the current working directory using os.get CWD, then you can see now we are in which directory? Kiran KK, right? So now if you are trying to create one more time, so then what should you use? MKDIR. MKDIR will create a folder, will create a directory. Okay, CHDIR is used to change the directory. Now how do we go back? How do we go back to our parent directory? Again we have to use the change dir only, right? But we want to go to this directory, isn't it? So you give the complete path of that directory, chdir. Okay, so now I'm giving the entire path. Okay, right? So now if you see, now what is the current working directory? Get cwd. Get cwd will give you current working directory, isn't it? Now you can see that we have gone to the parent, right? So if you specify any absolute path, that is from the C drive or D drive or E drive, so that is from the root node to till this wherever. Okay, if you give the entire path, that is it will automatically, it will correctly, exactly, it will take the directory and then we can go to that folder. Okay, so if we are in the current working directory, within that folder and within that directory, if you want to go to the subdirectories, then without mentioning the, without giving the absolute path also, we can give the file folder name. This is relatively it will take. So this is known as a relative path. Okay, so now how do I remove the directory? So os dot, what is that? R remove directory. Which directory we want to remove? Now we have created na Kiran underscore KK, that only let me remove. So now let us see attribute error. Okay, so to remove directory, what is that? RMDIR, sorry. So os dot RMDIR. Okay, which one we want to remove? Kiran underscore KK, right? So this is the directory which we want to remove, right? So now you can see now. So either you can specify the path or you can give directly. If it is in the current working directory, relative path also is enough to give in place of file name. Clear? So now let us try the next. See, we have seen remove. Okay, sorry, RMDIR directory we have done, get CWD we have done, CHDIR we have done, MKDR we have done. Now let us remove the file. Okay, so now let's see any files are there here. Yeah. Okay, so Let me show you files in this directory. Open, see here, so many folders are there. Okay, so many files are there. Okay, so here let me take this osmod1.py. This is in the current working directory. I just want to rename osmod1.py to osmod1.py to program using OS. Okay, so now what we have to do, rename. What is that? OS mod1.py, and what is the new name you want to give? That name you can give. See, this is to execute and see OS module functions. I just created one Python file, so that only I am renaming it. Okay, OS functions. Okay, fun.py. Okay, fine. So now it is done. Now if you open dialog box and see, now what is that? OS mod1.py, is it available? No, na? See, it is changed it to OS fun1.py. Got it? This is how we can, without opening that folder and right clicking and doing all these things, we can handle all these commands in Python using OS module. And one more thing, how do we remove? Right? So OS dot remove that file. Okay, what is that file? OS, what is the fun1 dot py. Now if you open and see, now if you open your current working directory and check OS fun1 dot py, is it available? Now it is removed na, completely. You can see. Okay, so OS fun1 dot py is removed. Got it, children? So this is how we will be doing all the OS related functions in our Python coding. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next slide. See, what is absolute path and what is relative path? When absolute path is the full path, okay, to some place on your computer, whereas relative path is path to some file with respect to your current working directory, okay, present working directory, right? So how do we get the absolute path? Absolute path is nothing but present working directory path plus relative path. That itself is the absolute path. See, when you are using, just now we have seen some examples, right? So when you are using chdir, you can give direct, see, you can give the complete path. When you are giving the complete path, full path, then it is the absolute path. Okay, os.path exists. If you want to check whether this path exists within this current working directory, if this file exists or not, so os.path.exist, it returns true if that file exists in your current working directory. Okay, if we write complete path, that is the absolute path, so then also it will do the same thing. See, let me show you once again. See here, os dot, okay, let me take one file from this folder. Okay, so now what is the file name? One file name we will take for consideration. Okay, so sum of natural.py. Okay, so now os dot path dot exist sum of natural dot py. Okay, so now you can see, does it exist? No. Why? Let me go and check once again. What is the file name here? Sum of natural dot py. Yes. So is there any? Okay, now let's check why it is false. So now let's check what is the present working directory. How do we get present working directory? CWD, right? Get CWD. So now we are in this folder only. Okay, in this folder, let us check whether os.path.exists. Okay, so let's give the complete path and check. Sum of natural dot py, right? So now let us check it is true. So here what is the error here? Here anywhere we have, yeah, here natural. See, natural I have typed. No, that is the, this file doesn't exist. But if you give, so now let's check without giving the absolute path. Just I'm giving the relative path and checking whether this file exists in that directory, in the current working directory. So what is the file name? Sum of natural dot py. Okay, so now it is true or false? True. So this exist will give you true or false based on if it is exist. That is, if your file exists in that directory, it will return true. If it doesn't exist, it will return false. Suppose if you want to display the absolute path, see here I have done everything in the interactive mode, isn't it? If you want to do these things in the script mode, what do? We will open a new file, right? So here we will be doing, isn't it? So what will we doing? What and all we are doing? Import OS. Okay, so now we will just I will take from this PPT itself. Okay, now whatever the commands we have done, right? So first, if you want to display the current working directory, for display, what is the command, what is the function we should use? Print, right? Print, what is that? Os dot get cwd will display. So now let's execute and see. So this is voice os module functions. Let me name it as os functions, os fun, right? Unexpected EOF while parsing. See why? See, because get CWD is closed, print is not closed. Now let me execute once again. Yes. So now you can see in children that current working directory we got. Okay, let's execute the other commands also. What is the result we will get? os.mkdir. So here I am creating one folder, Kiran KK. Okay, so here let me execute and show you. Now after every statement I'm executing and showing you. See, this will not return anything. os.mkdir will not return anything. If you display what type of value it returns, that is none. Okay, just we are making one directory, and that let us change to that directory. Okay, right? Okay, so now after changing our directory to this folder Kiran KK, now let me check what is the current working directory. Get CWD. Okay, so now if you do this, what do we get here? Till the path till Kiran KK, right? So, right. You can see the output, children. What is that? MKDIR Kiran KK can't create file when the file already exists. Okay, so before creating, let us first remove. If it exists, it will remove, isn't it? So how do we remove? Directory rmdir. If you want to remove a file, remove is the function we use. Okay, so first let me remove, and then first let us check whether it exists or not. So how do we check? Path dot exists. Okay, so here what is that? Current working directory, and directly already we are in current working directory only, and we can just cross check by giving the folder name or file name within that. So print what is the value returned from this function. It returns true or false. If it all exists, it will give you true. If it doesn't exist, then it will give you false, right? So before making a directory, before changing the directory, let us do all these things and then we'll go ahead. Right, let us execute and see. Invalid syntax, what is that? Cos dot path. Okay, so here 1 2 left parenthesis, but I've given 3 right parenthesis. Okay, let us remove 1 right parenthesis. Right, so does it exist or not? It exists. If it exists, we should not do this make directory. Okay, because it already exists, right? If you are creating one more time with the same name, it doesn't make sense, and there is an ambiguity also. Then even the interpreter cannot interpret properly, isn't it? So it is an error. Already exists. You do want to overwrite or not? That rebel, it cannot be understood by the interpreter. So that is the reason. Okay, if it doesn't exist only, so what we can do is if, okay, os dot path is false, then only create it. If it is resulting in false, then only create the directory. Then you remove the existing one, and if you want to create the next one, you can create it. Okay, so otherwise if you directly you wanted to change the directory and see. Okay, so now change directory, and if you display the present working directory after changing the directory, that is os.getCwd, then what do we get, children, here? Then till Kiran KK, that folder, you will get the path. Okay, so now let me execute and show you. Got it? So first one is the present working directory, and then the Kiran KK directory exists or not, we checked, and then we change it to the directory. Now if you want to create, if you want to remove that directory, how do we remove? RMDA. Okay, so now let's check any files are there in this folder. So let me save this now. Okay, save as. Now whatever I'm saving, let us save it in the Kiran KK folder, that is OS Fun. Okay, so now let me execute and show you. Already the directory is removed, so that doesn't exist. See, it is returning false, right? So if it is false, then make one directory. Okay, so in that directory, now whatever we have saved, os.rmdir, because the directory doesn't exist only. So if it exists only, we will remove. If it exists, we will remove. If it doesn't exist, then we will create. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, children, so are you able to follow? Right, now in this directory, let's see, open and see in the present working directory. Okay, so one more directory is created with the name Kiran KK osfun.py. Now let us rename this osfun1.py. Now os dot rename Kiran KK to sorry, osfun1.py to some other name. Okay, so os, okay, 1.py, because I wanted to execute this files later on, so for that reason I'm giving the extension .py. So whatever the file name you will give, it will be that name only for that and with that extension. Okay, so the system cannot find the file specified in Kiran KK. Okay, let us go back to the parent directory. In this directory, now we have already changed it to this. Okay, here we do not have, here within this Kiran KK, one more Kiran KK, and there os.osfun.py we are trying to search. So we have changed our directory now. So every time when we are changing, what is happening? It is changing into the one more Kiran KK. So let me come back here and let me change it. Okay, and os dot, see, let's see, get current working directory. What is the current working directory here? You see, we are already in Kiran KK directory. Within that Kiran KK directory, we are trying to move to the next level, right? So now os dot, because we are already using that file, right? That file is open, so this is the same file only. Let me rename it as something else. Save as, okay, os fun1. Okay, so now, okay, so now let me rename os fun1 fun.py to os1.py. So let's execute and see what will happen. So now file not found os fun.py to os1.py. So now let's open and see, is there os fun1? Yes, no, it is there. No, os fun1.fun.py is there, os fun1.py is there. But okay, so now let us copy these files. Now if you check the current working directory, what is the current working directory? Maybe, yeah, we are within the Kiran KK. Again, there is one more Kiran KK. Within that, this file doesn't exist. Okay, so are you following? So did you understand, children, how to use this OS methods? First, we have to use import OS. Get CWD will give you get current working, that is the present working directory, complete path, that is absolute path. So if you want to check whether that exists or not, os.path.exist. If it exists, we want to remove that file or that folder. If it doesn't exist, let us create one folder and then change directory. Okay. So now, then if you see the current working directory, you will come to know. So we can do rename, we can do remove also. If you want to remove any file from that, so what is that file you want to remove? os1.py. Okay, because I have already renamed it, right? Let me execute and see. So now you got it. So there is no error, isn't it? So now if you try to check whether it exists, so we have already removed os1.py. Okay, before that, here let me check whether it is renamed or not. So here, let me give you path exists in this os1.py. I just opened the file menu and shown, right? But in program we cannot go and open and see, no. So that is the reason we use this path.exist to check whether it exists or not. Okay, so now after removal, see this is, let me give some comments in the display. So this is before removal. Okay, so whether it exists or not, this is after removal. After removal of them. Okay, so now let us check. Okay, so now let me execute and show you. See, file not found error, because before itself it doesn't exist. If it exists only, then we can rename, right? So now path exists is false. So let's save it as, okay, save as, let's do it in the os11.py. Okay, right. It exists, true, yes, and then we have changed the directory, it is true, then remove the directory. Okay, after removal, then only we will make the directory, and then only we'll do the change directory. So once you have changed the directory, now if you are getting the current working directory, within that current working directory, whether this function is there or not. Okay, let us execute. What happened? We cannot change directly to Kiran KK. What is that error? So because the Kiran KK, we are already in the Kiran KK. Okay, so this path exists. Yes, it is true. So then we have removed the directory and we made one more directory. Okay, so then we have changed it to that directory. In that directory, okay, in that directory, see, we have already changed it to the directory now. In that directory we are trying to rename, but for renaming that file should exist, right? So we can cross check whether that file exists or not. So how do we check? Before renaming, we can cross check here. Before renaming a file. Okay, so if it doesn't exist, we cannot even rename, isn't it? See, it doesn't exist only, right? File not found error, right? So what is the file we are searching for? os1.py. Okay, so osfun.py. So let us save it as osfun.py. You can see now, so it doesn't exist. It is osfun.py. Okay, so now let's come back to osfun1.py, and there we are doing our codings and all, right? So yeah, so this is osfun1.py. Okay, let's execute. The system cannot find the file specified Kiran underscore KK. See, path exists. So within this current working directory, there is no Kiran KK directory. Okay. So the present working directory is already we are in Kiran KK, right? So now now when we are checking what is happening here. So we are already within Kiran KK. Within that there is one more Kiran KK. No, false. So if it is false, then we don't want to change also now, because we have just seen how it is working, right? So let's proceed. So now you are familiar with, to make you familiar with these commands only, I'm just giving you some programming inputs. Okay children, so now you hope you all understood all the functions of OS module, right? This is the minimum, like if it is good always to have the knowledge of these OS modules, those who are working with file handling. Okay, so now let me go back to our presentation, and we'll continue with our today's topic. Yes, so this much is clear, absolute path and relative path. Right, now let us look at some other streams, that is standard input stream, output stream and error streams. These are available in system module, that is sys module. Okay, so if you want to make use of standard input, by you see every programmer whatever they are doing, no, so that and also from the console when you are taking to the console when you are displaying something, we are using the standard input, output and error streams, right? Every error is displayed in the same screen, isn't it? You can see, no, here, see, red color is error and the false is the output, and this is the output. If you are giving any input also, the same window we are using, isn't it? Same file we are using. So that is the system's standard input, standard output and standard error streams. Okay, what is the stream? Stream is also a sequence of bytes, just like a file only. See, right, we are using file objects, right? So in the previous session and all we discussed, no, we give a file object, right? File object is created using open, and right, if it is in the R mode we cannot create if it doesn't exist, but in W mode and A mode we can create. That and all we have seen. So those files and all, if the file name is here for all of them, if the file name is same, then it is taking the from the same window, same file, isn't it? From where we stopped, it is continuing, isn't it? So that is also one of the file only. It is also a stream only, right? But if you want to make use of the existing stream defined, that is built in. So which module we should use? Sys module we should use. Okay, so see, import sys module, and then if you want to read only certain amount of, like if you want to read only 10 character, out of 10 characters 5 characters, then within the read you give the parameter how many you want to read. Okay, so when you want to write whatever you have read, so that you can do all these things using the program, using this read line method, read method, write method. Okay, so any doubt here? So if it all any error is there, then we can send a message, whatever the custom message. Instead of, see here, automatically system generated messages we have seen in this idle, isn't it? So instead of these errors, if you want to generate your own error message, that can be done by using standard error stream. Clear? Let us execute and see. So let's do one program, new. Okay, so this is a sys module, isn't it? Okay, import sys, right? So and then whatever from the input line we want to read, isn't it? So a is equal to sys dot, a is equal to sys dot, what is that? Standard input, isn't it? So what is the standard input here? Std in. Okay, and then we want to read one line at a time, so that is a read line. Okay, read line over. So now whatever we have read, let's display it in the standard output. Sys dot standard output, right? So standard output stream is std out dot write. Okay, so how much you want to write? Everything of your line you want to write, let us see. So if you have written only std out, okay, see here also out, dot write only some characters of it. So let's execute and see. See now, okay, this is standard, right? So standard functions one, fun one. Okay. Now here, whatever we give as the input. So let's execute once again. This is the standard function. Here I am entering welcome to, here I am entering welcome to Python programming language. Okay, so this is the course by, okay, so let me write, okay, this is Kiran KK, so PGT CS. Okay, this much I have written. Let me write. So now what is that? Welcome to Python programming language. Everything is captured. Now when you are trying to, it must be a string, not an integer. Okay, so right. See, as it is, whatever we have taken, if it is in the form of, everything is in the form of a string. So that string, everything is read. Everything is read and everything is written. Suppose if you want to only write only first five characters, you read only first five characters now, instead of reading the entire line. Okay, so read first five characters and then display only that string. Now I have taken the same string as it is as input. So now you can see what is the output. See, welcome to Python file handling. Okay, so now what happened? Only first five characters are read. First five characters are displayed or not? Got it? So if we want to display the entire line, we can use the read line. If you want to display a portion of it, first you read only that much from the console and then you display that much. Okay, fine. Right. So if even if you have entered more number of characters also, but it will read only first five characters. Just like here I have entered this much string. This is for B. Okay. Second time when I have given through the standard input, I read this much. But read operation will read only first 5 characters, that much only is captured into string B, and that is displayed in using standard output string. Okay, so let's display one error message also. Okay, so if you want to display one error message, that is which stream we should use, standard error stream, and then we are using which method, we are writing the message, isn't it? So here, sorry, try again, something like that we can give, right? So let me execute and show you. Welcome to data file handling. This is my first string, so as it is displayed. Next I'm giving to welcome to streams, standard streams in DFH. So I have written this much big line, but how much it will take? So in is there, no, in is an operator, right? So then here first 5 lines, and then once error message when we displayed, you can see. So we can have our own error messages also. Got it, children? Now let's proceed. Right. So writing and reading. Let us proceed to binary file handling. In file handling. So in the previous session, we have completed the text file handling. Let us proceed to have read and write operations on binary files. So whenever a binary file is there, in which mode we will use, apart from RWA, what is the other character we see? B. B is for in. B is suffixed for RWA. B is to indicate it as a binary file. Okay, so now if you want to create a binary file, okay, so we have to specify which encoding, which mode, right? So binary file, when you are writing in that encoding, when you are trying to retrieve it in the same encoding, as it is, you can retrieve it. Okay, so let me execute and show you this binary file example. Okay. So this is a binary file program. Now let me, for saving time, I'm just taking it from here. Okay, so open a new file. This is a binary file. Binary file, yeah, when we do copy paste, no, these are the problems, right? So in which mode, where do you want to create? Okay, you want to create in, where do you want to create that path also you can specify. So here I wanted to create this binary file in my present working directory. If you want to create in your present working directory, then no need of mentioning the path. Okay, directly in the current working directory it will be saved. Right, so let me here open, let us see which file you want to open. Is there any file that exists? If it doesn't exist, it will create, no problem. Okay, so then we can write also. Here I'm creating in the present working directory. Okay, let me execute and show you. This is binary files, binary file, first one. Okay, so now, right, so now if nothing is there, what happened? Whatever text here, see, we have written the encoded text, which is the text hello 123. We have encoded into UTF-8 format, and then we have written that one. See, why we should use seek? See, seek will move the file pointer to whatever the required location, that is here 0. So 0 means to the beginning of the file. Otherwise, what will happen once we have written? So once something we have written, where is our cursor? At the end where we have written, isn't it? Now when we are trying to read from that, see, without this let us read and see what you can read. Nothing. So you may feel that there is no data written into the file also, but you see, decoded data is nothing. Why decoded data is nothing? Though the content is written into the file, but the cursor is at the end of that writing, isn't it? So when the cursor is at that location, whatever you try to retrieve, nothing else is there. It is already reached to the end of file. That is the reason which function we should use, seek. So seek, what is the purpose of seek here? Seek will take the file pointer to the beginning of the file. Okay, so now once the file pointer is moved to the beginning, then from there whatever content is there, that can be read. Okay, that read data we are just displaying. Okay, binary data we are displaying. So now text is whatever the decoded text. Okay, so in that same format only, whenever you are see whatever format you have encoded, decode it into the same format, and then if you display, you will not lose any data. No corrupted data you will get. You will get the exact data what you have encoded and what you have placed into your that binary file. Is this clear? So binary file is having not only in the format of ASCII characters, whatever images, videos, MP3, anything, whatever it is there in that format as it is. If you want to retrieve, you can, it is better always to encode and decode. Okay, children. So now let's proceed for binary file handling only. So operations using pickle module. Have you heard about pickle? It is not a mango pickle. This is the season, right? So, but also it is not a mango pickle. It is a module which provides us the ability to serialize and deserialize objects. That is to convert objects into bit streams which can be stored into files or later can be used to reconstruct the original objects. So in the pickle module, binary file operations can be done using dump and load. Okay, so first let us look at the dump method is used to store the object data to the file. It takes three arguments object that we want to store. First parameter is object file. Next is file object we get by opening the desired file in write mode, binary mode. Okay, so and then the third one is the key value argument. Okay, so this key value argument is a protocol. There are two types of protocols: pickles highest protocol and pickle dot default protocol. And the next method that we use for binary file operations is load. Load method is used to retrieve pickled data. The primary argument of pickle load function is the file object itself that you get by opening file in read binary mode. No? So that file object we give as the parameter to load. Okay, so let us execute and see the program. See, if I have written a coding like this: import pickle, output file is okay, some file name I have given, which file I open in which mode, WB mode, right? So now take the data, whatever the roll number, name, whatever the parameters you wanted to, or whatever the data you wanted to dump. Okay, so this, if you look at this data, this is a different data, isn't it? One is integer, another one is string, another one is list, another one is a dictionary. Okay, so now you wanted to dump everything into the output file. Okay, what is the file? Already we opened it in the write mode, isn't it? So now you can write each and every content, each and every different types of items into the file. Okay, so now first I have dumped my int, next I have dumped my string, then I have dumped my list, then I have dumped my dictionary. So now my operation is over. Once the operations on the file are over, what are we supposed to do? We have to close it. Okay, now my output file is closed. Now let me check whether the content is dumped properly into this file. So how do I know that? Once you retrieve and display in your screen, then it is right. If you read it, okay, if you display it, if you get the same output what you have given as input, then it is understood that it is dumped properly. Okay, for that reason, now open the same file in which mode? Now it is in the read mode. As it is a binary file, it should be RB mode, right? So now from we are reading means we are, see, already it is stored, that stored contents we are reading, that means we are loading. Okay, so load method is used to read from that input file, right? Now you read one item. So in the same sequence how you have dumped, no, in the same sequence if you read, okay, so otherwise also you read and then you will get all those contents and copy into some variable. Okay, so store it in some variable and display. And if you display and see, if you are getting the same content, that means that it is dumped properly and we are able to successfully operate a binary file, that is both read and write operations using pickle module. Okay, so shall we execute and see? Let's execute and see. Pickle module. Yeah. My list, my dictionary. Okay, so pickle dump, again I'm dumping one more. Okay, so now again I'm dumping one more, that is list is dumped, then I'm dumping a dictionary, then output file, okay, is closed. Now we have to open the same file to cross check, no, so we are opening the same file. See here, instead of D drive I'll take in the current working directory only a.bin, the same thing in the current working directory, that is a.bin. Okay, so now let us retrieve. This can be any other name also, but number of variables, to reduce number of variables, because the scope of that variable is already finished now, the usage time is over, right? So you can reuse the same variable and you can take the values into same variables, but still they are in the scope in the sense they are accessible throughout this program, isn't it? Okay, so that is the reason, instead of creating one more variable, we can use the same variables, or else if you want to use a different variable also you can use. So now after our work is over, what are we supposed to do? Close that file. So now let us execute. So what is the input we are giving? My int. If you want to give input from the console, that input also you can give it. How do we take int input? Enter a number. Okay, that number we can give. Okay, a similar way, enter a Python is fun. Okay, so now see, if you want to give Python, SQL, MySQL, okay, job is okay, right? So now let me execute and see. Right, this is, what is this we are doing now? Pickle, and pickle we are making, right? Right, pickles load and dump methods. Invalid syntax. Where is that invalid syntax? Yeah, here. So input number. Now, so enter a number. Suppose here I'm entering 34. Right. So now 34 is the integer. Then the string is Python is fun. Then the list is Python SQL, MySQL, name, ABC, job, XYZ. Suppose if you have not read through, we have not read from the file, okay, this much portion, if you are not done, what will happen? You will not see any output because every content is gone to that file. Now you see, let me re-execute. Okay, so now enter a number, suppose 46. Nothing we have got. But let me open another file. See, in this file we have dumped. Okay, so let us open another file. Okay, here I open another file. So here I import. What is that module? Pickle module. Let me read in this file. Okay, this is another Python program. In another program, I am reading from the same file. So which I have done in the previous case. Let us execute and see. So this is pickle module. load and dump. Okay, this is only load operation, right? So now let's execute. See, one program we have written to dump, another program we have written to read, but we got no how, because here what is the file we are working on? A.bin. So we have dumped to A.bin using pickle modules dump method in another programming file. Okay, so now the contents are there in that file. Okay, so you need not do the all the task in the same file, isn't it? So here you can then you can include that module here in your coding also. Got it? So it need not be done in the same, but to make you understand, in the PowerPoint presentation we have given all together in a single slide. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next slide. Yeah, so now let's proceed. See, now if you want to traverse through, okay, if you want to traverse through the pickle module, so you can load whatever the item. Okay, so and then that item can be displayed. So and next data like that. If you want to retrieve, then we have to use iteration means either for loop or while loop we go na. So here while we will take. Okay, so as long as the condition is true, it keeps trying. So we can use a try exception. If at all we reach to the end of file, so we can break, isn't it? So end of file is reached means nothing else to read. Okay, so with open of as a function file f. Okay, so now if that f content is loaded here, so when the f content is loaded, every one item is loaded here, and we are printing that content. Okay, so that is one item means one object. See, my int is one object, my string is another object, my list is another object, my dict is another object, isn't it? So all these things are object by object, they are placed into the binary file. It is not like a character by character as in text file. Okay, so in binary files it is object by object it is placed. So with open, this functions open file object we are taking as f, right? Load f, one object of that file is loaded, right? So and then when we are printing it, that object is printed, that object's contents are printed. Is it clear? Let's proceed to insert or append a record in a binary file using pickle module. See, we have already seen using pickle dump, right? So see here, pickle.dump. What is the first parameter? Which object you want to dump, and then what is the file name, into which file you want to dump. Okay, so here any doubts here, even you can dump a dictionary, you can dump a list, can anything you can dump into the dat file, but one object at a time we can dump, right? All the object by object you can dump. Suppose if you want to do multiple objects at a time, so what do we do? See, you can do a while loop. Sorry, if you want to read and display those records, whatever is placed into this file using dump. How do we do that? We have just seen, no? So using the load method. Okay, or instead of doing like this, what else we can do? We can use a, we can open that file. Okay, after opening, instead of doing like this. Okay, so I just want to display using a loop. Display using a loop. So how do we do that? While true. Okay, so if take one object at a time, my object is obtained by loading, object is obtained by loading by using the pickle modules load method. Okay, so in this load method, one object we are, right? So what is that? Input file, from the file. Okay, so now after loading it, okay, so now you just want to display that object. Then if it is not okay, let us put it in try catch block so that if at all any exception can be handled. So except, so what is that exception? Expected is end of file error. If we reach it to the end of file of the end of file of the input file, okay, so then just break and close that file. Break. Okay, so now whatever we have read, let us display. Print also we have done already, isn't it? So now let me comment these things also. Okay, so now input file to be closed. Enter a number. Okay, because I have taken the input from the console. Okay, so input file, not file. Sorry. So somewhere I typed it wrong. Yeah, input file. Correct. So now let's execute and see. Enter a number 456. Okay, so now you can see this is also the way, another way to retrieve data from the file using pickle load, but it is using the iteration. Let's proceed to search for a record, whether does it exist or not. Suppose if you have already read objects of roll number, name, mark, something like the dictionary you have read. So how do you check if it is matching with the for what you are searching for, right? See, first you should take that what you are searching for, and then if it is matching with that record, then only it is found. Otherwise, after the completion of the loop, if still if the flag is false, then no records found. Okay, this is how we can go for searching a record in a binary file using pickle module. See, just now we have seen the same thing, but only thing is after reading one object. Okay, in that object, see here our object is a dictionary, right? So in that dictionary, if the key is roll number, so if that roll number is matching with this roll number, okay, so if it is a list also, anything, okay, whatever object you have placed, accordingly you perform the operation. If that record roll number is matching with R, then print the corresponding values. And see, as it is matching, no, so make the flag is true, that is it is found, no need of continuing, right? So here itself you can break also, that is in this try block. If there is no exception, then no problem. If there is any exception, handle the exception and break it. So once we come out of the loop, if flag is still false, that means no records found. Okay, then next, uh, see, you may have a question like, how do you update a record of a binary file? See, because our cursor is already moved to the front. Okay, so to update, if you are writing, if you are changing content, then what will happen? It will overwrite the content next to it, not the previous content which we are read and which we wanted to modify. For that reason, see, first what we should do, see, when wherever it is matching with that, okay, so you open the file in the write mode. Okay, so then you rewrite the content. Okay, how do we write in using pickle? Dump. Okay, so you modify that content and read that object once again, or if you want to change it, change the values, and then see wherever this roll number is there, marks value to be changed. So give the new value, right? So new value, whatever the correct marks to be entered, right, that marks you change it. And after changing, see, once this record is found, no, so after changing that, open the file in the write mode and take a loop over there and dump whatever the changes you have done. Okay, this is very easy. Only thing is you have to open the file in proper mode, and wherever, see, if you have not given the proper condition, then what will happen? So it will not give you expected outputs. That is the reason. See, here we are reading all records from the binary file and storing these records in the list. Okay, so in that list, update the relevant roll number, marks or data in that list and create a replace student that file with all data of records, that list of records. If large data are in student.dat file, then its alternative way can be using temporary file creation with corrected data, then using the OS module for remove and rename method, just similar to the modification of text file. Clear? Is it clear? Any doubt here? Okay, so let's go and proceed to delete a record of a binary file using pickle module. How do we delete a record? How do we delete? First we will open all the first we will open the file for reading. All the records are read from the binary file and store these records in a list. Okay, so and what are record to be deleted? Okay, so you take traverse through this list with the help of continuous statement. Okay, so old data will be, as it the file is open in WB mode. If you are opening in append mode, what will happen? At the end it will be inserting. So if you open in WB mode the same file and write the contents again, that is if you are dumping the contents again, then what will happen? That everything will be overwritten. Okay, so if large data is there, then you can create a temporary file and corrected data you can write into and remove the old file. Right. So Python program for interactive binary file handling, including insert, search, update, delete operations, all these operations. This is just a compilation of all those operations, what we have done as of now. Okay, so accepting first data for a dictionary through console, you can enter input, input, input. Okay, so after that, writing into the dictionary, writing the dictionary into the file. So open that file in the append mode as many times as you want to do, you can do that. And then after dumping into, you can load it using this what we have seen in the previous slides. Okay, so now then searching is if it is matching with the existing whatever you wanted to search for, so then that is the searching. If that record is having this roll number which is matching with the for what you are searching for, then updation of marks. Okay, so and then deletion. So these are all then you can write a menu driven program, your choice for 1 for insert, 2 for delete, 3 for search, 4 for update, 5 for delete. Okay, 2 for display, sorry. So like that, if as long as you are entering your choice, see here while 1 equal to 1, while your choice is 1, can, as long as this while loop is true. Okay, so it keeps on going. Here instead of if you know, you can change it to elif. Only one choice at a time you're doing, right? So if choice equal to 0, if choice equal to 1, insert record. If choice is to display, that is read record. We call the functions. This is a menu driven program. Okay, so now in this lesson what and all we learned, mainly we focused on, just have a recap. So what and all we have seen, first OS module we have seen. In the OS module, what are the basic functions, how to create a directory, how to rename a file, how to remove a directory, how to remove a file, this commands, how to get a current working directory, what is absolute path, what is relative path we have seen, right? And then we have seen the pickle module. In the pickle module, load and dump methods and their parameters and their usage is in Python programming. Okay, so proceed and continue to watch for the next one. So next, in the next file handling, there we will discuss the left out portion of our curriculum.